right, phone sales part 2. Let's get excited. Okay, objection handling. Remember, all these scripts, even though they're phone sales scripts, these same things can be applied. The rebuttals, the things that we're talking about here, they can be duplicated. They can be edited into social media scripts. They can be edited into texting scripts. They can be edited into email scripts. The questions that you ask the prospects, the questions that you ask the potential customer, and the responses that they get, right? The objection handling. People say these objections everywhere, right? And texting, DMing, emailing, calling, whatever. So just know that. Understand these concepts. Understand when you ask the questions, what you want them to respond, what you want to get out of prospects, what you want to get out of potential customers, and how to respond to their objections. Use this across the board as lessons for all marketing and all types of sales methods and formats. But yeah, all right. And then we'll do separate ones. We'll do DMs as well. Check the next one, the DM sales slides and scripts. But just letting you know, this applies to everything. I think that everybody should watch this, even if you don't do phone sales. Exactly. All right. Objection handling. They said not interested. This objection goes one of two ways. First, they say I'm not interested, and they hang up. Second, I'm not interested, and they're still listening. If they're on the phone, there's a chance. So, hey, then you say, always getting agreed with them. You'll see in these objections where I go to agreeing with the customer, going with their flow. When you go against them, when they meet resistance, when there's a wall of between what they're saying and what you're trying to say, when you're disagreeing, when there's friction and tension and difference, that's when they're gone. That's when they're saying, F you, don't call me back, I don't care, I'm not interested, don't sell anything. When you can agree with them and go with their momentum. Like if you, for example, last night, I don't know if this will even apply to anybody or be relevant, but last night I was watching UFC. UFC is fighting. And so this one guy, his name is Sean Strickland, his opponent was kicking him a lot, like kickboxing kind of stuff, UFC, mixed martial arts. So his opponent is kicking him, and at first he was just like just eating the kicks in his side, eating the kicks on his leg. This guy was kicking the crap out of him. So he's getting kicked, and he's just standing his ground and eating the kicks, like taking the pain. And his coach was like, go with the leg, spin around, like circle around, whatever. And so what that meant is when his fighting opponent was going to kick him, he was spinning and going with the momentum of that leg kick that his opponent was trying to strike him and kick the crap out of him and knock his legs out from under him, whatever. So instead of him just standing there and just taking the hit, just like a strong, hard man, whatever, more strategically, he went with the momentum of the kick and turn. Like if the guy was trying to kick with his right leg, a strong leg, Sean would turn like this. If you can even see me, definitely can't see my feet. Turning with him and going with the momentum of his kick, so that the impact was far less on him, and so that he could go with the flow of the energy that puts him in a better position. So that might not have been the best metaphor, but it was top of mind for me from UFC last night. But similar thing here. You're going to agree with them and go with them. Yes, you're right. I know you don't have time. Why would you have time for a random person to call you at this time of day? Things like that. We'll go through it. I'm busy and I don't have time. If someone says they're busy and they don't have time to talk to you and hangs up on you, you're going to call them back. People without time tend to have money. Call them back. I promise you, I've had people that have said, don't call me back, or I don't have time for this. I'm not interested in what you're selling. I've called them back 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, and I've made a sale with them because I got their attention. I got through to them, and I proved to them that I'm a professional at follow-up, and I'm a professional at what I do, and I'm not going to give up on them because I know that I can help them. If they're busy and they haven't hung up, here's what you do. You agree with them. Okay, let's get into that. I know you're busy. I know you don't, right here. I know you're busy. I know you don't have time, and that's why I'm calling you today, because you don't have time. This never gets done. So you're calling your prospect, just said, I don't have time, I'm busy. You say, I understand you're busy. I know you don't have time, and I appreciate that. When would be a good time to give me 35 seconds? 35 seconds is all I need. At that point, what you're trying to do is get more time right now, not later, right? Hey, all I need is 35 seconds, a specific number. All I need is 25 seconds. At this point, we're trying to just get more time and get them to agree to more time right now. Here's what you can say, hey, I know you're busy, that's why I'm calling you. I'm always going back to busy being the reason I'm calling them. Yes, I know you're busy. That's why I'm calling you. I know you're busy. I know You're working your ass off. That's why I'm calling you. This is another objection, a very popular one. Send me some information. Email me. Can you just send me something? I don't want to talk on the phone right now. I can't talk on the phone. Most time people can. They just really don't want to. I don't want to talk on the phone right now. Can you just send me something? I'm busy. Okay. So you're in the middle of the call. You greeted. For some reason, they say, hey, look, send me some information. At this point, it's an objection. It's a stall. What you do is respond, hey, I'd be happy to send you some information. And again, you're agreeing with them, not just saying, no, I'm not going to send you any. And this is really dumb. It's a big sales mistake, whether it's texting, emailing, DMing, or calling. When you say, no, I can't send you information, you need to sit on the phone with me right now. I'm not sending you anything. So when you, again, that's going against them. So instead of going with them, you're going against them. They're going to hang up on your ass and they're going to block you and they're never going to talk to you again. Or you can be a professional and do this the quote unquote right way and make money and help them. Hey, I'd be happy to send you over information. In fact, I have something ready for you to look at right now. What's your email? Hey, you know what, John? I'd be happy to send you over some information. In fact, I have something ready for you to look at right now, John. What's your email? Never, ever invalidate the customer prospect's request for information. Don't put it off. Don't delay it. Don't stop the call and send the info later. Instead, do it while you're on the phone. Then go over it live on the call. It's proven that the faster you respond, especially during a call, the higher your chances of getting an appointment and closing. Some say as high as 300% increase. Hey, John, I just sent that email over to you. Did you get it, John? No, okay, just a second. It'll be there any second. Okay, is there now, John? Okay, John, can you open that email for me? Can you open that text for me? Can you open that link for me? Don't treat this like an objection. It's not a problem. Or when they say, can you send me some information? It's not a problem. When you know what you're doing, when you're a professional, people call objections are not problems. They're just literally telling you how they want to communicate, how they want to be worked with. See, right here. And when you handle it right, they're going to be assured that they're dealing with a pro. Exactly, bro. People don't mind working with salespeople. I like working with salespeople. I like working with the right professional real estate agents. I like working with the right people at Ashley Furniture to sell me a couch, whatever. Someone says not the decision maker or not the gatekeeper. Okay, so gatekeeper means that they're the person that you need to work on and build rapport with to get to the person that's the decision maker. So we might be talking to a gatekeeper. I'm not the decision maker. We've talked about the question you want to get before you ask. Hey, let me ask you, John. If half of what I'm saying is possible, are you the person to make a decision on this? If half of this shit that I'm spewing out of my mouth is true and possible, are you the person to make a decision on this? Do you have the money? Do you have the money? Do you make decisions on the money? Or does your husband, or does your wife, or does your business partner, or does your secretary, what? Here's what you're going to say. Hey, great. Who would we be talking to other than yourself? What's that person's position? What's the relationship? If the guy says, oh, I need to talk to Melissa before I make this decision. Okay, great. So we're going to be talking to Melissa. What's your relationship to Melissa? Is that your coworker? Is that your wife? Whatever. And hey, what do you think is important to them? If you need to make a call, if if your business partner needs to be in the loop here to make this decision, what's important to them so that I can make sure I'm prepared for your partner with information or anything they need. At this point, you almost have to start to call over, right? Like you're literally getting back in the loop. Really, what's important to them? What are the other 2 or 3 things I could solve for them? So now you're literally now doing a rapport call, getting the rapport, doing a discovery call. Now through this person that's the gatekeeper or just needs another person to make the decision. What's important to Melissa, your partner? What's important to your wife, Melissa? What are 2 or 3 things I can help Melissa with? What's the single thing if I told them I had the solution to that, they would be like, hey, get him over here right now, whatever. So that's saying, what is a single thing that if I told Melissa, if I told your business partner, if I told your wife that you're saying you need them to make the decision, what's the one thing if I told them, hey, I have a solution to that, they would be like, let's go, let's buy, let's enroll, let's do this. Remember, the goal of the cold call is to get your product service in front of a customer, to make a proposal, to present something, to make something happen, move the needle forward. Your goal is to find out if you have a product you can solve their problem, to set hooks, to let them know that you are the solution to that problem, and then to find out who the decision makers are. By the way, if you find out that someone else is the ultimate decision maker, do not diminish the importance of the person you're talking to. Don't say like, okay, get me off the phone. Rather, like when you call someone, where's the manager? Let me speak to the manager. Get out of here. Get your get me off the phone with you, you little stupid employee person in the front. I'm customer service. Where's the manager? So that, I mean, some cases, maybe it's justifiable to do that, but that's just saying like that makes that person on the phone feel less than, makes them feel small, makes them feel not important, and now they're less inclined you need to make them feel good, even if they're not the decision maker. Make them feel good and focus on them because they are the gateway to the next person saying yes, because they are influencing the decision maker. Okay, so if you're calling a business or whatever, like we do, calling the secretary, whatever, I'm calling the secretary, I need to be nice to that secretary so that he or she feels more inclined to help me get to the decision maker. If you treat the gatekeeper, the first person that isn't the final decision maker, like shit, if you make them feel less than, if you make them feel not very important and also involved in the decision, they're going to be less likely to help you out to get to the decision maker and introduce you well. All right, let's move forward. Next objection, no budget price objection number one. When someone says they don't have the budget, you're going to agree. You're going to say, you didn't call me, I called you, because that, of course, you don't have a budget for it. Now, let me ask you this. Like, if I get a call from somebody right now saying, like, hey, here's a new insurance plan or a new retirement plan, or blah, I'm like, that's not in my budget. Hey, I saw, Cody, that you're looking at Range Rovers, whatever. I'm like, hey, I don't have the budget for that. Whatever. Like, hey, of course you don't have the budget for it. You weren't, asking to buy it from me yet. That's why I'm calling you. Now let me ask you this. Let's say our solution could only deliver half of what I just told you it could do. And I make this happen without any cost, because this is not opening. This is not the beginning of the call. Remember, this is not greeting. This is not rapport. This is in the meat and potatoes when they're giving you objections. Let's say our solution could only deliver on half of what I just told you. If Master Business Academy, MBA here, only delivers on half of what I just told you it could do, right? Instead of, let's say we don't even have group coaching, we don't even have the calls, we can't even help you individually, or you don't even talk to us. It's just a one-way channel of us doing these videos and doing the modules and the courses in here. If we only did half of it, let's say there's only modules and courses, like it would still be way worth it. But let's just say our solution could only deliver half of what I just told you it could do, and I could make this happen without any cost on your part. Would you be the person to make a decision on this, or would there be someone else involved? At this point, we've moved them off budget. Okay, so we're not shut up about the money. Let's say our solution could just do half of what I told you, and I could make this happen without any additional cost on your part. Would you be the person to make a decision on this, or would there be someone else involved? That's because I don't have money is a constant, perpetual objection. It's just a knee jerk, like, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. Your job is to make sales out of people who don't have the interest and don't have the budget, because nobody has the interest of the budget for most things. I get calls every day. I don't have the interest or budget for it, but if it's the right thing at the right time with the right professional, I can make that decision and purchase as the consumer. At this point, the prospect, the customer says, hey, it'd be me and Dave making the decision. We don't have the budget. Send me something over. I'll look it over. And now you're back to the earlier objection. Remember your response? Great. I'll send you an email. We can go over that information right now. See, we took because money is usually just money and budget is usually just a knee-jerk reaction. That is the sugarcoat. That is the disguise. It's the mask for the real problem and the real objection beyond that most of the time. What we want to do here is move this individual off budget back to the problem, create interest and get them thinking, get them back to make them think, hey, I need to pay attention here. Like, this is for real. It's not just talking about money. Like, we had problems. We discussed the problems. We discussed my goals and our pain. That's what he's talking about here. All right, taking a cold call through the budget, going through, not interested, finding out about decision makers, setting a hook so you can get in front of a customer. That's it, man. Fire shit. That's really, I know I emphasize that so much. I ramble on about these things, but it's so important, man. There's so much psychology behind it. When you can learn the psychology of how people interact, when you can learn human behavioral psychology, that will make everything so much better. It'll make marketing better and easier, make sales better and easier, and you make so much more contact, make great connections and relationships, and there's so much less resistance in your business between you and people. All right, I need to talk to somebody else, similar thing, and not the decision maker. I need to talk to my boss. I need to talk to my spouse. I need to talk to my mom. I need to talk to my brother. I need to talk to my husband. Hey, I got to talk to my mom. I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk to CFO, CEO board, whatever. Remember, our rule for handling objections: stay positive and agree. Don't freak out. It's not a problem. They're just telling you how they want to continue, how they want to be navigated. Find out who these people are, make a list, get them all down in their titles, relation, then ask, hey, based on what you know about your business partner, your secretary, your wife, your husband, what is that person going to say right now? Is that person going to be inclined to do this or not do this? Like, when you go back to your husband or wife or your business partner or whoever, or your secretary, are they going to be inclined to join this, be a part of this or not? Who's going to be the influencers for it? And who's going to be against it? Like, what's going on here? So blatantly ask them, hey, does your husband suck? Is he not going to be on board here or what? obviously not using those words, but that's kind of what we're insinuating or asking here. Like, I don't waste my time. I don't waste your time either. Who's on board here? Who are the real influencers? Who are the real decision makers? Who's got the money? Who's actually swiping the card? Who makes the decision to swipe the card or not? And what are they going to say about it? Are they going to say, hey, piss off, I don't want to talk to anybody? Are they a pretty open person? What are they like? Okay. Too much money, too expensive, whatever. One approach you can try here with the price objection. This is price objection number 2. There's another one up there that says no budget. But no budget, price objection number 1, price objection number 2. One approach you can try is flipping the call so you actually bring up the price before you present the product. When you do that, you'll get some immediate objections. That's good. When you get an objection early, you can get a handle and move on to selling your product. So let's say you tell them, hey, to handle all your needs for your company of your size. Now, this would be like for us when we grow and we're bigger and we help businesses on a bigger scale, even than Master Business Academy like this. Or really, we talk to businesses for marketing. I say, hey, to handle all your needs for what you want, to do all your social media, to do all your email marketing, to help you with your CRM, your funnels, everything about your business, to help you with all the marketing, sales of your business. For us, we do $5,500. If you want to pay us $5,500 a month, we'll do everything, for your business to the best of our ability. But just to go along with this example, to handle all your needs for a company of your size, it would typically run about $1.7 million. That's a big number, right? And it's probably going to sound big to your prospect. They will likely tell you it's crazy, and then you agree. Remember, we're going with the objections. It's an art, bro. It's a science. It's a psychology. It's mastery sensei shit. That's where you say, hey, look, I agree with you. Based on the information you have right now, any number would be too much. $4 would be too much. Allow me to show you what I do. Let's just put the money aside for a second. So now I'm allowed to do my presentation. They're saying like, hey, allow me to just show you what I do. Let's put the money aside. John, let's put the money aside for a second. Okay, let's just take a look at this. What's the guy across from me thinking right now? Dude, is this guy really presenting me something for $1.7 million? This better be good. I actually have more interest. Now you do your presentation and you got to make sense of your number. Whether it's $1.7 million you're offering them or just $500, you're going to get a price objection and you got to make sense out of it. Price objection in the greeting is different from a price objection after the presentation. When someone says to me in the greeting, it's too much money, they don't have enough information. How could they? How could it be enough money or too much money? By flipping your sales model and bringing up the price before your presentation, you're going to get an objection. When you do, what are you going to say? Of course it's too much money, John. Any number would be too much. You don't even know what it does. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Of course it's too much money. Everything is too much money if there's not value there to be shown. Hey, any number would be too much. I get it, bro. It's a lot of money. You don't even know what it does. You don't even know if I could solve your problems. You've won because you've gotten their interest. Now they deliver on that interest. So I'm going to say, hey, I didn't use the last lawnmower. I didn't use the last software that you sold me, whatever, that someone sold me. People have hundreds of things they quit on. In fact, this is more often than not the reason why they won't buy, because they know themselves half the time, like stuff like this, like Master Business Academy, some people won't even buy MBA from us because they literally know. They'll tell us it's like price or it's not, good enough or something like that. And a lot of people literally will not buy something like Master Business Academy, like what you're going through right here, right now, because they know in the back of their mind they're quitters and they're losers and they suck. And they say like, and they know, it's not all people, but some people legitimately, and you can ask them questions, because I've gone through many sales conversations where like, oh, the reason why you don't, digging deep in the thing, and it sounds like, oh, the real reason why you don't want to do this, don't want to buy this, don't want to enroll in this, is because you actually don't believe in yourself. You don't really think you're going to do it. And people have literally said to ask Francesca too, she's been on calls with me, and people literally say, no, I do not believe that I will follow the directions. I literally cannot trust myself that I will, after I purchase MBA Master Business Academy, that I will actually follow through on the instructions and the action steps that they give me. Real life. Anyway, let's go. Tell the customer, look, John, look, Nancy, hey, let me ask you, when's the last time you bought something and you didn't use it? Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. We didn't use the last one. Okay, so because you didn't use the last one, does that mean that it'll be the case this time? What you need to do here is rehabilitate the person, like giving them confidence. Like, dude, you can get off your couch, okay? You can do something here. Tell me about a time when you did something and it worked. Tell me about a product you bought a long time ago and you still use it today. Tell me about one book you finished, one program you used. Let's focus on the ones that you did use. In addition, there are tons of things we buy but don't use constantly. Think about it. You have a toilet in your house, right? Are you using it right now? You have a swimming pool at your house. You're not using that. You have a car you're not using right this minute, but it's out there when you need it. The point is, when you're ready to use it, you need it. What you're trying to do is rehabilitate the investment. Okay. Of course, with all things, whether warm outreach or cold reach out, and both, volume is key. Our goal is to reach 100 people per day. Whether that's it doesn't matter if it's DMs, doesn't matter if it's email, doesn't matter if it's cold calling, whatever. Reaching 100, reaching out to and making that attempt for 100 or more contacts a day consistently. If you want to make money, you need to market and sell every day. If you want to make money, you need to do marketing, do social media, do calling, do emailing, do texting, do DMing every day. If you're not willing to do that, quit. Me, Cody, right now, I'm telling you on this MBA call, on this training, quit. If you're not willing to work every day, I don't mean like literally bleed your eyes at 7 days a week. No one does that. Me and Francesca don't do that. Okay, we don't work 7 days a week hard like crazy. But you get the point. If you're not willing to do marketing and sales every day, 5 to 7 days a week, you will not make money and you'll be blown out of the water by your competition and all the people like me and like us that will do marketing and sales every day and conquer the world eventually. Yeah. Okay, it sounded crazy. I'm just saying. Like I said, I'm dramatic. But for real, you need to reach out to people. If you don't reach out to people, you're not serious about business. Closing techniques, urgency. We can pretty much, I talk so much that voicemail strategies, we need to go through voicemail strategies. That can be an advanced session as well. But just be brief. Next step, give a clear call to action. Highlight what's in for them, create a reason for them to call you back. So just saying there are strategies, actual strategies to voicemail as well. To leave voicemails, I just say, hey, John, this is Cody. Call me back as soon as possible. Like sometimes not even telling people like, don't. I would say this when you're leaving a voicemail. Don't say like, hey, this is Cody. I was calling you to sell you on this, this, and this, and sell you on this, and see if you wanted to buy this, and see if you want to work with me on this. I say, hey, John, this is Cody with Cody Real Estate. Call me back as soon as possible. It's very important. Looking forward to being in touch with you. Whatever, something like that. Okay, we'll go more into that stuff in advanced modules. Show up to our calls as of this recording. In 2024, we are meeting every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Ask questions, hit us up in the school community, send screenshots, whatever you need, we got you. So I'll see you on the next one. Peace.